Hey guys, want to talk the idea of athletic performance and really what that is. There are a lot of YouTube coaches out there that will just kind of make up stuff, and it's frustrating and sad because that means that kids aren't reaching their genetic potential.
Story here, we had an athlete who's a volleyball player, and she came into us knowing that we were going to give her strength and conditioning and training to help her sport, and was telling us, oh yeah, I do strength and conditioning, it's great, and we're like, oh, well, this is awesome, well, tell us what you do, we'd love to hear what other people are doing. And so she's a volleyball player, so they bump, they set, they spike, a lot of jumping in volleyball, kind of dynamic sport. And so strength training wise, you would think that you would do something a little different than that. But she went on to tell us that she did plyometrics after volleyball. So going to volleyball practice for 2 hours, jumping and spiking and setting and doing her skill work, and then afterwards doing more jumping. So just loading more dysfunction and doing the same movement patterns over and over again, hoping to get stronger. This makes us sad. So we're going to talk a little bit about athletic performance and how to really achieve that.
So when you talk specifically athletic performance, if people come in, they want to become better at XYZ, better runner, better jumper, better volleyball, better at football, whatever it is. Yeah, I think people have to realize that athletic performance is really that skill of that sport plus the athleticism that you bring to it. And this is not necessarily weighed the same depending on what kind of athlete you are. Lauren played a lot of basketball back in the day. In order to play basketball and be good at basketball,
You gotta spend time on the court. You gotta practice your skills. You gotta shoot. You gotta dribble. You gotta pass. But that's the skill portion.
When people come to us, because eventually that skill portion kind of plateaus out.
You only get so good, so skilled. Mm-hmm. And you're always striving to be better, but you do hit a plateau eventually.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that plateau comes with the plateauing out of athleticism. A lot of times due to kind of the end of puberty. You kind of don't grow anymore, and there you are. Lauren was a better basketball player at the age of 10 than she was at the age of 6 because she was like that much taller. Plus, obviously, your skill work was better. So when people come to us looking for that athleticism, we want to give you the tools to make sure that you're able to do the skill stuff that you do at practice. Right. So Lauren brought up the volleyball situation. Absolutely. A lot of our volleyball players come in and we have them jump on a box and their knees knocked together and their back rounds. Lauren mentioned loading dysfunction, which is a fantastic line. And then as you open up, you're like, all of a sudden we're loading that bad knee position, and then if you do it over and over and over again, you're just asking for trouble. Yeah. So now if you're able to strengthen the hip, if you're able to strengthen the low back, the hamstrings, and now all of a sudden you're able to jump with better form, now all of a sudden you go back to practice and you're able to jump higher. You're able to block and hit harder. And how that just transfers over. You don't necessarily get better at your sport just by doing that sport. You get better at that sport by becoming a better, more well-rounded athlete.
Yeah, the athleticism, it's a very broad term, right? What does that mean? So if we span up here, go back to your skill, go back to your sport, and you bring all these things. Now you're powerful, now you have speed, now you have agility, now you have better balance, you have better coordination. You can take your skill level that you started with and you're able just to push that skill higher because you're building a base and you're building a foundation of strength. And for us, we call it strength and conditioning. I just call it athletic performance. We're just trying to make you perform better, and that is our end goal.
The unique thing that we do here is that because we understand the unique demands of every sport, different sports are going to need a different, combination of what Lauren just described there. Yeah. A distance runner in cross country is going to need a different prescription than an offensive lineman in football. And so obviously you have to understand that it'll be, different program, different progressions through things, some movements that one group will need that another group won't, but there will definitely be some overlap too. So you really have to be smart and intelligent in the way of how to plan this out, know where you are, know who you are, know what your goals are, and then know where the end point is.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.